Hello YouTube, and welcome to Turmoil in the Toybox. I'm your host, Aaron Hauser, and today we're going to be reviewing two figures from NECA's discontinued Django Unchained series. On the right, we've got Dr. King Schultz, and on the left, the fastest gun in the South, Django. Now, each of these figures is approximately 8 inches tall, and they're all designed like the Mego figures from the 70s, so they have a very sort of retro feel to them. They're not the exact same size scale as regular NECA figures, but they look very nice on display, just like any of their other products. One of the key differences here is that they actually have fabric clothing for them, as opposed to regular NECA figures, which have sort of a molded clothing look to them. So the fabric clothing kind of threw a lot of collectors off. I think it's a nice touch. I have several Mego style figures in my collection. I think they're a very cool, very retro addition to anybody's collection. So if you're into those style of figures, I'd definitely check these guys out. But as far as articulation, they have pretty much the same articulation points that you'd find in any NECA figure. Neck, arms, legs, all that stuff. We'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, overall, these are more of a retro throwback to 70s and slightly 60s sort of figures, but they're a very cool collector's item. Jumping into articulation and detailing, we'll start off with Dr. King Schultz. This is a pretty decent figure. The paint job's not that bad. A lot of articulation. He's got articulation in the ankles, in the knees, rotation at the upper hip, at the torso, wrists, elbows, shoulders, and then his head is on a ball joint. There's a good amount of articulation in the head, so you can do a variety of poses. The face sculpt isn't that bad. It looks a lot like Christoph Waltz, the actor that portrayed Dr. Schultz. The eyes, I think, could have been done a little bit better, but overall, not bad. A lot of detail as well on his clothing, which is nice. Everything from the tie, the vest, the jacket with the buttons and everything. It looks nice. So as a kind of a throwback to the Mego figures, they really outdid themselves as far as detailing goes. I don't remember some of the Mego figures that I have having nearly as much detail as far as the clothing and the facial sculpts and everything. So it was a nice touch there, and overall for 30 bucks, which is what I paid for this one individually, not that bad. Next up, we'll do Django himself. Very, very cool figure. Paid about $32 for this one off of Amazon.com, plus shipping and handling. Same articulation, but this one has a lot more detailing as far as the clothing, and it comes with a couple accessories as well, which I'll show you in a moment. Really cool detailing with the jacket here. The facial sculpt does look like Jamie Foxx, to me anyways. Same sort of kind of issue, though, that I had with the Dr. Schultz figure. When I received these guys, they were very loosely tied into their packaging, so their face kind of smeared against the front, the plastic cover on the box. So you have some sort of scraped off points on the nose on both of these figures. It's not very noticeable from afar, but for a perfectionist, it's kind of aggravating. So, that said, a lot of really great detailing on the clothing there. I really liked how they did like the sort of corduroy jacket there. The belt actually has a little belt there, holster for his gun. And the gun itself cannot be held in the figure's hand. I guess you could kind of wedge it in there, but it wouldn't actually hold it appropriately. It'd probably fall out. So I just display him with the gun in his holster, which works out fairly well. So just put that in there, close it up, sits well, and then he also comes with his little cowboy hat. So, and then it's got a little piece of rope around there to kind of hold it on. And the hat fits on there nicely, so you can kind of plop it on there. And yeah, pretty good articulation on the neck on this one as well. It's a little loose, but you can do a variety of poses, which looks pretty cool. So, not a whole lot extra there. But like I said, I was really impressed with the amount of detailing on the clothes, and the facial sculpts are both pretty well done. But overall, yeah, for the $30 price tag that was on these guys at the time of their release, not a bad purchase. Now, when I purchased these guys, they were approximately $30 plus shipping and handling for each figure. Now that NECA has discontinued them, however, they have jumped to about $500 per figure, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, these guys are very well detailed. They have a lot of articulation, and the way that NECA did the clothing design and everything, it looks fantastic. But I cannot fathom anybody spending anything over maybe even 40 to 50 bucks for one of these guys, even if they were collector's items. They are very well detailed, and they do come with a couple accessories, but nothing that would actually make me, puke up 500 bucks for one of these figures. Some of them, in fact, go for around $6 grand, which is just unheard of. So I really think that these figures, when they were released, I think they were worth about 17 to 25 bucks. 30 bucks I thought was a little much, but given the amount of detail and the way they did the clothing, I can understand why they hiked up the price to around 30 bucks per figure. But I do think they are worth it if they go down in price. And I would urge you as collectors to definitely wait out this little storm here, because I think once this whole hype for Django Unchained goes down, give it a year or so, these will probably drop dramatically in price. And then a lot of collectors can have another chance at purchasing these figures. So that's about it for this review. If you have any questions about the figures or about the series, just leave them in the comments below. And check out some of my other reviews. As always, thanks for watching.